Oh boy, listener, you're talking about a fight between Gane and Jones that was so pathetic it looked fixed, right? But guys choke when they're in there. I remember my jiu-jitsu coach said, "What, like you're the heavyweight championship of the world? You don't even shake your head and try to get out." So the Gane fight seemed very strange. Now, would I be surprised if Gane beat Aspinall? Well, look, I picked Gane to beat Jones, right? I thought the striking, I thought the heavyweight, I thought the lack of drugs for Jones would make a difference, and I got egg on my face. But that having been said, Gane's not a bad fighter. Just because he went out against Jones, like I don't know, like a novice, doesn't mean he's going to do that every single time. And I certainly would expect him to put up a better fight against Aspinall because the fight he put up against Jones was non-existent. The other thing about the fight is, look, I lived in England for a while. The French-England rivalry is like Puerto Rico-Mexico, right? It's a lot of fun. They like doing it against one another. So that'd be a fight that I would want to see booked. I wouldn't mind if it was his first title defense. And to an extent, you're right. We get a real barometer of where Jones was compared to Aspinall. And then, I don't think Tom would lose. I think Tom was going to run through Cyril, but he's not going to run through him like John Jones did because John Jones ran through him like he wasn't even there. But listen, A beating B and B beating C doesn't necessarily mean that C's going to lose to A. It just doesn't work that way in the fight game, right? Like, there's too many other factors from the day of the fight to the styles to everything else. I talk about that in my book. Like, I had this one trainer named Javi McKay, and he was my first MMA trainer, and he dissected me. He was a real student of the game, and he could beat me. But then I'd watch him spar other guys, this guy named CJ, this pro boxer named Joe Gane, and he would lose to him, like, outright, and I would outbox those guys. So, there's no way to compare that. You can't assume because Jones destroyed Gane that Aspinall is going to get in there and destroy Gane also. It doesn't work like that. Like, it's a totally, completely different fight. Who knows? I don't think we have all the tangibles for why it actually works that way, but it does. You can be sure of that. So, I'm looking forward to this fight, man. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. We'll see if it tells us what you think it does, listener. Me personally, I think it's going to be a war, and I think at the end, Tom's going to prove he's a champion, and I hope it is his first defense. I hope it's in England, and I hope you watch it, and I hope you see how good Tom Aspinall actually is. And maybe one day John Jones will come back and we'll get that fight too. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light, for inside look at the fight game.